Hi, I'm Miss Ruth, and welcome to my English channel. Is your number one goal in English improving your speaking skills? Well, I've got a great tip for you. But before I continue, please like, subscribe, share, and in the comments, tell me what else you want to learn. And check out MissRuth'sEnglish.com, my platform for the best interactive online lessons that'll teach you vocabulary, grammar, and especially pronunciation tips so you can really improve English for conversation. You know, some of my students can be so amazing at the other skills, at grammar, at writing, even at reading, but struggle a lot with speaking. And even in normal times, it can be difficult to find, a native speaker, a partner that you can have conversation with on a weekly basis, let alone during the lockdowns. So what I suggest to you is recording yourself. Certainly, you will learn to be much more confident after getting used to seeing yourself on screen or listening to your voice through audio. The first reason to record yourself is to catch your mistakes. Now, again, I think a lot of ESL learners, they have a great ability to pick up, reading, writing, and grammar skills, particularly because maybe in the classroom or on the apps that you use, that's what they focus on the most. So I have a lot of faith in my students' abilities to see and correct their own mistakes. And in fact, that's what you need to do anyways to become a more independent learner. So if you were to record yourself just speaking casually about whatever, camera or audio, and then listen again, I guarantee you will notice a few mistakes. Based on your many years of practicing grammar, you're going to notice something. And that's what you really need to get, good at. It's difficult to speak perfectly for a native speaker in any language anyways, but learning to edit yourselves, if we can call it that, learning to pick out, what's incorrect and keep that in mind for later. That's where fluency really starts to build. The second reason for recording yourself is to practice tone and attitude. Have you ever made a joke in English and then, the people that were listening to you, they didn't get it? Or have you ever finished speaking, but your listener thought that you still had more to say? Right? These are issues of intonation, right? Your pitch of your voice has to go up or down, accordingly to make it clear to the reader what kind of speech you're making, a question, a statement, an announcement, and what feelings you're trying to express, right? Are you excited? Are you bored? Are you, whatever. So recording yourself and watching yourself again can really make it clear to you if your intonation is strong enough, if your intonation needs more practice, more volume, more emphasis. I strongly recommend this because it can really reduce the number of misunderstandings that you might have in a conversation. The third reason to record yourself is body language. Can you think of a presentation that you had to sit and watch where you were struggling to stay awake? I think we all can. And as a teacher, I've seen quite a few of those. So why not record yourself, in your own private room, on your own private device where you can delete those audios and videos after you're done. No one's going to see it unless you want them to. And when you do that, you'll notice maybe the difference between you and a presenter that you've seen that you liked, that you thought was very, exciting to watch. So it's a good idea if you have to give a presentation or even an interview to record yourself, and then you can see if you are a born speaker or an interesting one. Now, I'm not making fun of you. When it came time for me to record myself for these YouTube videos, I got pretty shy. I'm still a bit shy, but I'm willing to do it because I find it, a great way to boost my own confidence skills, even in the classroom. And I have no doubt the more and more you listen to yourself talk or you see yourself, the more and more you'll get used to it. You'll get comfortable and it won't seem like such a strange thing, right? To talk in English when you are at an interview, giving a presentation, or just making small talk with a stranger. The fourth reason to record yourself is it's a chance for you to copy native speakers. Kind of like I mentioned before with presenters that you find exciting, try and find a clip on YouTube or wherever of a native speaker or a fluent speaker whose way of expressing themselves you find very clear and very engaging. Maybe it's an accent you want to copy, maybe it's their body language that you really, admire. And watch the video a few times and then shadow them. Shadowing basically means like a person's shadow that follows them down the street, that you do exactly as they do right after them. So play, a minute or 30 seconds of the clip, pause it, and say exactly what they said, exactly how they said it. I don't just mean the exact same words, the vocabulary and grammar, but also their intonation, their body language, their attitude, their mood. I know it sounds kind of funny because you're thinking, I should develop my own voice. I should develop my own, way of expressing myself. I don't need to copy someone else, but it's just for practice. It's for comfort, right? And if you choose somebody who say, you know, has a great sense of humor and they are good at it, expressing their sense of humor through their body or through their intonation, then when you go to make a joke, you might unconsciously end up mimicking some of that, right? It's about giving yourself more options to play with, right? More strategies for when you speak. It's not about in real life copying someone else all the time. That would be weird. So again, it's a great way to practice sounding exactly like a native speaker, and then keeping some of those tips and tricks in mind when you go to speak to fluent speakers yourself. And the last reason to practice by recording yourself is one I've already mentioned quite a few times, which is boost your confidence. But I make it its own individual reason because it's so important. The main reason why, English learners don't get a chance to speak or they are not always taking advantage of opportunities is because they're shy. They're nervous. They're nervous about making mistakes. And of course, I understand that. Learning Spanish, I was very, embarrassed myself sometimes. But if you get used to seeing yourself, quite honestly, make mistakes, make a lot of mistakes on camera, then it won't feel so shocking for you when you do the same thing in person. There's no way to improve your speaking skills without speaking. And so why not use your personal time to get more of those hours of practice in if you don't have a partner to speak to? Whenever I suggest to my students that they record themselves, just audio, they get really nervous at the idea, even though I tell them I won't listen, right? So just getting over that sense that I sound really weird in English and I don't want to hear myself. Just getting over that is going to boost your confidence already, to the point where you will accept what you sound like in English. No one's ever going to really sound perfect, even native speakers, as you can maybe see from me in this video. But especially when you're learning a language. So you just got to get used to what you sound like as a learner, as someone who's beginning or in the middle of their fluency journey. And once you do, you'll open yourself up for more opportunities. Suddenly you won't feel so shy, when it comes to making a joke with the person, you know, in line in front of you or behind you at the grocery store, for example. So again, the easiest way to boost your confidence as a speaker, record yourself. So you get used to how you sound and you notice your mistakes, you improve your tone and attitude, you work on your body language, and you take the best parts of self-expression that you like from native speakers by imitating them. I hope you take my advice, and I can't wait for you to get started. And if you sign up for my MissRuth'sEnglish.com 7-day free trial, part of the learning package is not just interactive lessons, the conversation circles, and the live classes, but a Facebook study group where I have daily exercises for you. And all of these exercises include, guess what? Recording yourself and sharing it within this private Facebook group. There will only be encouraging comments, I promise, encouraging reactions, don't worry. And the goal is, again, for you to get over that initial hump of feeling self-conscious about how you sound or seem in a foreign language. So please sign up. And thanks for listening. Stay tuned.